Hey everybody, welcome to Almost Sideways, a place for movie conversation. My name is Adam, and this is going to be a great conversational episode here. I'm really excited for this because, I think we're going to be the J. Jonah Jameson of this episode, debating which one is better, if these heroes are menaces and are these villains good guys. This is going to be a fun episode, comparing our favorite comic book heroes and villains and putting them in a test to the ultimate finish. This is going to be a really fun episode. There's so many great guests here. We're going to quickly introduce them. I'm going to release the field. I'm going to hopefully push the right button. Here we go. So, boom. Here's everybody. Hey, everybody. How we doing?
Hello.
What's up, fam? What's going on?
All right. Let's go left to right. So we have Andy of King's Comics. How you doing, my friend?
Doing well. We're alive and well in Austin, Texas.
We have Ren Geekness here. How you doing?
I'm very good, my friend. Thanks for having me. Let's fight to the death.
Fight to death. We have the real James is here. How you doing?
I'm blessed, brother, and I still haven't seen A Quiet Place Part 2. Yes.
We're just mere mortals. That's all.
For real.
And then we got Leo representing the Geekly Goods. How you doing?
Hey, what's going on, guys? Happy to be here. Adam, thanks for having me, man. Let's do this, y'all. Let's throw down. I'm ready.
The hell, I'm hyped because you're hyped. That's what I'm excited, guys. Okay, so you guys know, there's 32 heroes going up against 32 comic book villains, and this is not just based off the comic books themselves, but this is from movies, TV shows, and video games. So those three fields, there's so many great characters, and some great characters didn't even make this list. Low-key, I was surprised Professor X, James McAvoy's character, did not make this tournament.
Oh, wow.
Well, I mean, have you seen the latest, the last X-Men movies? I mean,
yeah, that could have hurt his chances. That's a good point.
Just saying.
Good point. Okay. Anyway, everybody who helped out with this list, I have not just asked these four guys here. We each gave you guys two lists, their top 30 heroes, top 30 villains. We ranked them. There's also some other channels in the chat or in the show notes here. Jaren Talks Movies. We got BamTube TV, Joey's Movie Blog, Arcanize, and there's somebody else. Zach Galler. He also submitted lists too. So their channels are in the show notes of this episode down below. And I have a phone going off here somewhere.
Those are the homies, right on. Good man.
There we go.
It's someone is calling, so you didn't mention their name.
Yeah, that's probably what it was.
Like,
I have to cover all the bases here. So here we go. Can we include Robert Pattinson's Batman as a villain? As sometimes he seems like a villain in the trailer. Oh, we have to see the movie. So if we haven't seen the show, TV, or played the video game, we couldn't vote on it. So we might see some people show up, not be able to vote on stuff. And I'll pop up the first matchups in a second. And we have Colby. Colby told me, yo.
What up, Colby?
So I'm really excited for everybody to get here. Let's just jump into the first matchup. Actually, before we get started, anybody you think is going to walk away with this tournament? Let's start with Andy. Who do you think is going to have a chance of winning? You guys don't know the field. You guys don't know the field and who's all in it. But who do you think?
All right, I already told you that. I did not put in a bracket because I became overwhelmed by who I was going to put on the list. So, I personally think I honestly think Holland Spider-Man might walk away with the dub, or I think MCU Captain America might take the dub for heroes.
Actually, I should say this: the first round, it's going to be heroes versus villains. The first matchup, every single matchup is heroes versus. So the final round, we could have two heroes fighting each other or two villains. So it's not two brackets coming together.
Okay.
So
yeah, and I was going to say for villains, I think. Let's see, we were kind of talking the boys earlier. I think like Homelander could take the dub, or I think MCU Thanos could take the dub. Those are my top seeds. I don't know.
Okay, Ren Geekness, what do you think, bud?
Or maybe the Joker, Heath Ledger's Joker.
Okay, good call. Real James, how we doing?
All right, so I was going to switch up my choice, but I said, no, let me just roll with it. Okay, so I do think we're going to get Tom Holland Spider-Man in the final round, and then I think we're going to also get Magneto in the final round as well. So it will be a hero and a villain because, all right, so I'm not going to lie, guys. I was like, Magneto, like which Magneto? It has to be the film version for me because I feel like that's how I got introduced to Magneto as a kid. And I'm sure many others did. And then there's the animated series after that. But yeah, so I'm going to go with those 2 picks.
All right. Leo, what do you got? There you go.
Spider-Man of any kind. I think Hollins has a good choice. Maybe even that PS4 could end up taking the W. Hugh Jackman's Wolverine, I think, can make it pretty far. And then maybe Magneto, Michael Fassbender.
Not Ian McKellen.
Not Ian McKellen, man. I'm going Fassbender up in here.
There we go. Okay, so we get here's a spoiler. This guy did not make the tournament, unfortunately. I'm surprised. No Miles Morales.
What?
Oh,
wow!
I can't believe I blew off. Okay, that's messed up for me.
Oh man!
Chris.
Yeah. Film optics. What's up, buddy? Yeah, there's some people that just missed out. A lot of the villains had a lot of, there was about 82 different villains that got voted for, and 71 heroes. So we had a huge field. And I actually decided to include 3 different teams in this, like group of pairings of people, the characters that are known to be together, instead of splitting them all off, and so we have more conversations. So should be good. So anyway, let's just jump into the first matchup. Oh, and keep in mind, guys, that you can also listen to this. If you can't watch the whole video, this is also an audio on Spotify, Stitcher, Pandora, and what's the other one? Spotify and Apple. That's what it is. So I have to plug that because you guys can listen to it there. And I might be doing this next month. So I think we're doing Star Wars villains next month. Okay. With that said, all those awesome plugs. Let's go to the first matchup. The guy who got the most votes on the villain side and most votes out of everybody in the first matchup, the number 1 seed. Let me pop it up on my thing so I have it already here. The number 1 seed, Heath Ledger's Joker, going up against number 16 seed, M'Baku, who I think is the best MC.
Wow.
Yeah, Heath Ledger versus M'Baku.
Wait.
M'Baku is my favorite hero.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I got to clarify that. Are we saying that? Are you telling me that M'Baku was classified as a villain?
No, he's a hero. He's a hero. He's classified as a hero. So it's first every matchup is hero versus villain. M'Baku's a hero. This is okay. I'll start this one off because I know that I have a feeling who's going to move on, but I'm voting M'Baku to move on to the next round. Ooh. The simple fact is, okay, this is me. I love Heath Ledger, but Winston Duke, anything that guy is in, I would watch. And M'Baku, when you see the in-game sequence when he's running alongside guys like Hulk, Thor, and Captain America, this is a mere mortal guy basically, and those guys are superhuman. So you have a normal guy showing that he's a true hero by running alongside these other guys that going in to fight Thanos' army. I'm voting M'Baku all the way. So, all right, let's go to Leo.
So are we doing this based off of strength? Like, is this like
open to your interpretation? No!
All right, well, shoot.
Whoever has the best portrayal on screen, it could be too. Whoever has the best portrayal. So
okay, well, look, I love me some M'Baku. I am so excited to see him in Black Panther 2. But guys, I'm going to have to go Heath Ledger Joker. That is just a performance that has stuck with me for so long. Ever since The Dark Knight came out. Like, honestly, I left leaving The Dark Knight. Whatever. I didn't really even think much about Batman or Christian Bale. I thought about Heath Ledger and that legendary Joker performance that he put on. Just something completely different with the character, even down to the smallest things like licking his lips and those creepy little quotes that he would have. He's amazing. He completely changed for this character. Rest in peace. What a phenomenal actor. I gotta go Heath Ledger's Joker. Now, if we were just doing like a straight up brawl though, like I definitely think M'Baku would easily beat him down. But Heath Ledger's Joker, just that performance is so hard to miss. It's phenomenal.
Yeah, hell yeah. Real James, let's go. What do you got?
Alrighty, so I am piggybacking off what Leo said. And I'm going to add one more thing. So both characters are really, really strong because both of them kind of stood out from the rest of the crowd because going into The Dark Knight, we were all like, Christian Bale, what up? But then we got Heath Ledger and he stole the show. And M'Baku, in my opinion, also stole the show. And every scene he was in, he stole it, man. He just took control and it was so great to see Winston Duke. However, Heath Ledger's Joker gets my vote here because he redefined the role of a superhero villain for the film, like for a film, I should say. So if not for Heath Ledger's Joker, we don't get Joaquin Phoenix. We don't get some of these darker movies like Matt Reeves' Batman. So I am gonna say Heath Ledger just because he set a legacy forward.
Wait a minute,
Oh, yeah.
but the implication there is without Heath Ledger's Joker, we also wouldn't have gotten Jared Leto's Joker. So you have to ask yourself if it was worth the toll.
That's fair. That's fair.
Heck yeah, for the worst. I mean, you get one bad egg in a carton. That's okay.
No, I'm messing. I'm the same. Where I believe the joke, like in the Joker for this round, just because I'm not going off of a physical strength or power. I'm going off of the impact of the performance and the portrayal. Where Winston Duke killed it as M'Baku, especially since I did not see it coming that he was going to change. It wasn't even that he was evil to begin with. That was the best part, right? He was just challenging. T'Challa for his tribe's sake. Like, that was a beautiful part to me. He wasn't a villain to begin with, but like the Joker was a villain, was a force of nature to begin with. He isn't like the comic portrayal, and that's what made him so powerful in the movie. That's one of those movies that like just cemented the fact that these DC movies, right, can exist. I mean, these superhero movies can create their own universes and own adaptations of heroes and villains.
Yeah.
So Joker.
One quick comment before Ren gives us his pick, because Heath Ledger's Joker's moving on. But this is a funny comment. Christopher says, voting for Ledger just because M'Baku's a vegetarian. I can't possibly vote for anyone like that.
Okay,
Oh my God, Dibes. That's amazing.
I'm sorry. Hey, Chris. No, you know what? We're crushing this beef right now. The dude is built different. Have you seen M'Baku? If a dude says he's a vegetarian and he looks like that, I'm gonna be a vegetarian.
Right.
Like, I'm sorry, but the dude is built different. Gosh, man.
He's huge.
Dude, I love M'Baku. Ren, what do you got, buddy?
Yeah, M'Baku is awesome, but this is a one-hit KO. It's a DOA match for M'Baku. It's a dead on arrival match for M'Baku because history speaks for itself. Ever since we gotten the Dark Knight, every time there's an amazing performance in a comic book movie, be it the Joker or not, we talk about Heath Ledger. So the answer is right there. My vote goes to Heath. Rest in peace.
Hell yeah. Heath Ledger moves on, knocks out M'Baku in the first round. Oh, here we go. Deebs. One last comment. Got to have that meat.
Okay.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Hell yeah.
We also got Amanda in here. How you doing?
Oh man.
What's up, Manda?
Oh, I put the wrong one. This is what she said. Hello.
Oh.
Wrong button.
I'm going to be with Amanda on another podcast later today.
There we go.
Nice.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so we have our next matchup is going to be actually somebody's number one pick.
Oh boy.
Spider-Man PS4.
Oh,
Yes, baby.
Hella from Thor Ragnarok. First round matchup here. Spider-Man wound up being the number 8 seed, and Hella wound up being the number 9 seed in this tournament for this first bracket.
Okay.
Let's start out with the guy who picked this number 1, Leo.
Oh my God, Spider-Man PS4, such an exploratory game, a memorable Peter Parker performance. I love me some Peter Parker just about every iteration. I love Spider-Man, love what he stands for, love what he fights for. He is what got me into comic books. So any iteration of Spider-Man that's going to come up here, sorry guys, I'm going with Spidey. But even just the ability to customize your suit and this awesome open world Spider-Man PS4 game, so good. I got to go with my boy Spider-Man. Easy.
Spider-Man.
They work.
Hell yeah. Ren, you had an interesting take on us video game characters when you put in the list of that. So go ahead, Ren.
So my interesting take was I would never think of them unless I ran out of great TV/movie adaptations. That being said, you put this Spider-Man against Hela. I'm still gonna vote Spider-Man. It's very similar to the M'Baku Joker matchup for me, in which yes, I love both these characters, but clearly one edges out the other. I never played as Hela. The film was never in the POV of Hela, but I love playing as Spider-Man. Swinging through the city of New York is some of the most fun I've ever had playing a video game. So I'm voting Peter Parker for PS4 Spider-Man, or PS5 now because I played it again.
All right, we're gonna go over to Mr. King Comics himself, Andy.
Oh, God. Yeah. Hey, Leo. So, yeah, it's funny because Leo and I got that same background where I'm a Marvel junkie just because my dad was a Marvel junkie growing up. And when I was left after school, like when I was waiting for my parents to take pick me up, I would go through the massive like Spider-Man Omnibus, the Steve, the Stan Lee and Steve Ditko Spider-Man. I'm talking, yeah. So I would just truck through those. I think it honestly helped me like learn how to read a little bit more. And yeah, I mean, but Spider-Man PS4 took it to another level. You see Spider-Man as not just a hero, he's still learning, but he's already had all these face-offs with villains. He's built his vendettas. He's an accomplished scientist, which doesn't get talked enough about in like some iterations. Mm-hmm. You capture every essence of like what makes Peter Parker Spider-Man and Spider-Man Peter Parker. And that's why he is my pick for this round, and we're going to see how far he goes in the tournament for me.
Heck yeah. All right, we had a comment here from Deebs. Hella for me because she was so badass. Spidey will get my vote later. Hella's small tier below Thanos, which is massive compliment.
Oh, yeah.
Good call. I'm going to go next here. I'm Spider-Man PS4. I absolutely love that game. So he's for sure getting the W in this matchup. I'm not going to say too much. I'm going to go pass it on to James. What do you think here? What would you have voted for?
I know Spider-Man PS4 is the correct pick, but I'm going to vote Hella. I'm not going to lie to y'all.
Not bad.
I think Cate Blanchett is great in this role, and not only that, she's menacing and not entirely like unrelatable in a way. Like you can kind of see where she's coming from, and she's following that like later tier of like MCU villains where you can kind of understand their motivations a little bit. So I like Cate Blanchett in that role, and even though Spidey PS4 is great, it's my favorite game of last gen, I still would go with Hella here.
Hey, that's not bad. That's a tough matchup. So number 8 seed moves on in the next matchup. Let's see. Okay, this is gonna be an interesting conversation. Let me delete this one here. We have the number 5 seed going up against the number 12 seed. Number 5 seed Hero going up against number 12 seed. Number 5 seed Villain going up against number 12 seed Hero. We have Mark Ruffalo's Hulk versus Green Goblin.
Oh snap!
So this is a tough one, man. We're gonna go with who'd have Ren. Go ahead, kick it off, bud.
Thank you very much. I mean, there are 2 heroes. Every time someone asks me who's my favorite hero, there's 2. There's a tie for 2 characters, and that is the Incredible Hulk and the Batman. The Incredible Hulk is my favorite Marvel character ever. I love his stories. I love the Jekyll and Hyde dynamic he has with Bruce Banner. I love the stories where they're separated and Banner is portrayed as the villain. I just believe that the character of the Hulk is inherently more interesting, and he has been portrayed beautifully by Mark Ruffalo and being dealt with beautifully in the MCU overall. Not perfectly, but beautifully in general. So I'm voting for the Hulk 100%. Also, if we're talking fighting, he destroys the Green Goblin just like that. Also, before I forget, sorry, he brought everyone back. He's the one that brought everyone back in Endgame, so he wins.
That's good point. Andy, your turn.
Do not disappoint me.
Oh boy. Chris says Hulk dab. There we go. And we're going to go ahead and say, I'm going to go ahead and say, and I was leaning Goblin earlier, but I'm going to go ahead and go Hulk. I know I was going to say Goblin just because, oh wow, I just forgot the actor. Oh my gosh.
Mark Ruffalo.
No, Green Goblin.
Willem Dafoe.
Willem Dafoe.
Thank you. Willem Dafoe. I've enjoyed him in like everything he's been in, especially since American Psycho is one of my favorite movies. He's just great at the duality of feeling menacing and feeling like just wholesome. I mean, like his kind of father-son relationship with Peter in the movie is similar to why I love Doc Ock so much in the Spider-Man PS4 game. But yeah, I'm going to go Hulk just because he's also one of those heroes that isn't like isn't necessarily in my top 10 or like one of my personal favorite heroes, but his writing, depending on the writer, is always so potent emotionally. That's what I got, Hulk.
Got Hulk. So we got 2 votes for Hulk. Then my turn. Hey, we're taking it back to formula. We're going Green Goblin in this one, guys. We're taking it back to formula. Man, this is a tough one, man. I feel like what's really going to tip it over, we have the one film with Willem Dafoe, the original Spider-Man. I love that movie. He scared me in theaters. I remember eating like some M&Ms, and when his face popped up, I threw the M&Ms up in the air in the theater. Great memory for me. I think they really kind of missed the ball on Hulk in the films with Ruffalo. So I'm going to give the edge to the Green Goblin himself. We're going back to formula, baby. So That's my take. James, what do you got?
Listen, you saw me. I was excited, Adam, that you picked Green Goblin because Willem Dafoe's Green Goblin gets my vote 100%. Because I don't think that they wasted Mark Ruffalo's Hulk. However, I do think that they strayed away from giving him the spotlight. So he was always very important for the MCU, but they didn't give him that like major player role in a way. However, in Endgame, I get it that they allowed him to bring everyone back, but that was like the last like throw a dog a bone type of thing. But I will say that Willem Dafoe also scared me, Adam. So you're not alone. When I watched it at home for the very first time as a kid, I had to like literally pause and then skip over that scene, and I revisited it like a year later because it really was nightmare inducing. So Willem Dafoe all the way.
All right, and the Hulk does come back in She-Hulk. That's the pairing of the rumor anyway. So there we go. Okay, so we have 2 and 2. Who's breaking that tie? That's Mr. Leo. What's going on? Who's winning? Who's moving on?
All right, guys. So let's jump in a little time machine here. And
God.
go on back to the year 2002 when Spider-Man debuted in movie theaters. We talk about Heath Ledger's Joker and how defining of a villain he was. I think we all forget about Will Dafoe as that Goblin, man. Just the way he could swap between playing Norman Osborn and the Goblin, 2 duality roles, fantastic. Will Dafoe brought such a great villainous performance to that role. Now, I do want to say, I do like Mark Ruffalo as the Hulk. I like him more than Edward Norton and the guy who played him in Ang Lee's. I like him. I love that Hulk, but he did not get a movie. He's always sandwiched in everybody else's movie, and James, you brought up a good point. He never gets the spotlight. So I would have loved to see him in his own movie at least once, just to get a little bit more time with that Hulk, because he's always pushed to the background. But man, let me tell y'all, that Goblin performance is absolutely fantastic, and nobody did better in a Spider-Man movie besides Alfred Molina as Doc Ock, in my opinion. So I gotta go Will Dafoe, Green Goblin.
And I gotta interject. Where part of the problem, right, with that portrayal is, I mean, with that point, that's a great point, is that the Universal, right, Universal Studios still owning the rights to the Hulk.
Yeah.
So it's a similar deadlock where like Sony gave leverage so that they could use Spider-Man, right, and that panned out really well. But Universal still being, I'm going to say tightwads or whatever about giving Hulk over to Marvel. So that's harmed him in the MCU for a long time.
It really has.
This is true. Okay, so we have no upsets so far. So the Hulk or Green Goblin moves on. The Hulk is in the back seat. This one I don't think is going to be too much of a fight here. We have number 13 villain going up against the number 4 hero in this bracket. Gal Gadot's Wonder Woman versus Danny DeVito's The Penguin from Batman Returns.
It is easy. You're right.
This is an easier one. I think Andy hasn't started yet, has he? Who hasn't started yet?
You can pass. You can pass on me.
Okay,
I
James.
think Andy and James haven't started yet.
Yeah, James. Okay, who takes the first W here?
Okay, so before I give my vote, I have a really funny story about this actually. So, you guys remember VHS tapes? So those were a thing.
No way.
Ren, crazy boy. So when I was growing up in my nonna's house, that's my grandmother on the Italian side of the family. So my papa loved these kind of movies, man. So he always had the VHSs that I couldn't watch up on a shelf where I couldn't reach. Right. So when I would sleep over on the weekends and stuff, he would not let me watch this. But I was, of course, kind of sneaky, and I kind of grabbed it down and popped it in, but it wasn't rewound, and it kind of started right when they revealed Danny DeVito for the first time on camera. I was petrified, guys. I didn't go back and rewatch that film until like maybe 10 years later. I was super young. But the thing is, his performance, I don't think trumps what Gal Gadot is doing with Wonder Woman. She is making that role just bigger than the silver screen. She's making it into something that is a worldwide phenomenon, right? So people, they look at Wonder Woman, they think of Gal Gadot. That's cool. But when you think of Danny DeVito, I don't think of the Penguin. So I'm voting for Gal Gadot's Wonder Woman.
Hell yeah. I have memories of watching Batman Returns. That was the one Batman movie I didn't watch too much as a kid because of the darker tone. But DeVito's great, but I'm going to go with Wonder Woman all day. I think Gal Gadot definitely embodies kind of what the DCU needs, is kind of that figure to kind of move on. I want to see, we'll talk about another hero later, but I think Wonder Woman, Gal Gadot is taking the cake for me anyway. I wonder who Leo's going to pick. In the chat.
I mean, are we coming to me next?
Yeah, we're going to you next.
Well, okay, I brought my stripper pole, guys. No, okay, for real, Wonder Woman did redefine that role. Linda Carter was somebody who was really Wonder Woman up until that point, and it was probably hard to find somebody who would embody the live action version of Wonder Woman, and Gal Gadot is it. Y'all, I'm definitely going Gal Gadot, Wonder Woman. Nothing against Danny DeVito, because that was a great Batman movie. I actually like that better than I like the 89 Batman, but definitely going Gal Gadot, Wonder Woman.
Heck yeah. Let's see. Okay, I got you. Sorry, private chat message. I was double checking. Okay,
Time you will find out.
Okay, we'll go. Wonder Woman's moving on already, but who do Andy and Ren have moving on? Andy.
I'm going to go ahead and say, give me Filthy Frank from Always Sunny in Philadelphia. No, I'm kidding. That's easy. Gal Gadot. I'll be honest, I wasn't a fan of Wonder Woman 2, of Wonder Woman 1984, as much as I was hoping to be, but I'm still glad that she's kind of set the character in the right direction, since she's never, like you said, Leo, she's never had that portrayal prior to Linda Carter.
Yeah. Hey, man, but Wonder Woman Gal is amazing. She's a future generation of DC Comics for movies. I think so. I'm looking forward to see what she does next. Ren, who do you got moving on?
Yeah, this is easy for me. It's Wonder Woman, Gal Gadot. I don't like the Burton Batman movies. I've never liked them. I don't like the Penguin's portrayal in that movie. So I really don't care for anything in that movie. So Gal Gadot gets my vote.
Dang, dog.
So the first sweep. Okay, it was the first sweep of a matchup. So Wonder Woman is moving on. The next one, we kind of had a chat before. Who would, if this character could possibly be winning this thing, or a version of his character?
It is him.
We have the number three villain going up against the number 14 hero, Ben Affleck's Batman versus Ian McKellen's Magneto. Ben Affleck going up against Magneto.
Let's freak.
All right, I'm gonna Andy. You gotta go first in this one, bud.
Dang it. As you can tell, like a huge part of it is like performance and like kind of my emotional investment. And Magneto is always a character I've felt emotionally invested in just because of his plight. I mean, just being a former Holocaust survivor. You can't really be a former Holocaust survivor because either way, being a Holocaust survivor, that just gives so much empathy towards like why he's a villain, because he doesn't want to see that happen again. So I'm going with him just because Affleck did a great job as Batman. I still prefer Bale's Batman, but I'm going with Magneto for this one.
Yeah, that's one vote for Magneto. Ren.
Sorry.
This is the first hard one for me so far. I'm sure it's not going to be the last, but I'm slightly giving the edge to Magneto as well because of everything Andy said. And even though he's not the main character, the main protagonist, let's say that, he at least has a constant presence as the main antagonist, and he's not necessarily the villain. So he's someone you can understand his motivations and even kind of relate to him in a way. And Ben Affleck he might come back for all we know at this moment in time. So if we do this tournament again in 2 years, he might win this round. But right now, I'm voting Magneto.
2 for Magneto. Gonna go to Leo.
Oh, man, what a hard choice. As soon as you said that one, I was like, no! But, man, I gotta go Magneto. Ian McKellen, his performance as Magneto, fantastic. I love that Magneto is a villain, but he has points that you can agree with, very much like Killmonger. There are so many, hey, what's up, Mama's Geeky? There's so many different villains where you can actually relate to where they're coming from, and Ian McKellen really brings that energy in. And him and Xavier, the way him and Patrick Stewart just go back and forth on screen, just magical. They have a great chemistry together, even off screen as well. So yeah. I gotta go Magneto. There's just Ben Affleck, he's almost there, but just not quite.
Okay, James, your turn.
All right, so this is also very hard, right? I mean, all of our faces were awestruck because both of these characters being pitted up against one another. So I like Batfleck a lot. I think he's the best of both Batmans, if that makes sense. So he's the best Bruce Wayne and he's the best Batman. I think there are better solo Bruce Waynes or better solo Batman. But what I will say is that Ian McKellen did something with X-Men in that role. So he brought in a new audience, right? Some people who were not watching superhero movies at the time, and him and Patrick Stewart, along with Hugh Jackman, of course, but those two have such a legacy that they helped cement superhero movies and made them real for people. And honestly, I just think Magneto is a much cooler, not character, but a much cooler villain. See, there are better heroes, I think, than Batman, but there are not many. And I don't think there is one better villain than Magneto, so I'm choosing Ian McKellen's.
Wait. Are you saying that, like, I mean, obviously this might not factor in the end, but you're saying like Magneto is your favorite like comic book villain, or like?
Yeah, I definitely, I think he is
right.
my number one, honestly. Wait, was I supposed to reveal that? Probably not, but I think he was, yeah.
Well, I mean, you know, this is about the bracket, not necessarily about. I think you can safely reveal that information, so that's good to know. That's cool.
That's cool. This is a funny comment. Oh, well, that's the wrong one. That's not the comment. Okay, I missed it. Okay, that went too slow. It was basically Gandalf advances, not Magneto.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if you counted that, but I might do a Lord of the Rings Heroes Villains tournament. Who knows?
Oh
one day.
God, man,
That'll
I
be
want to
tough.
read all the books.
This is not even a question for me, Magneto, but I hate Affleck.
Oh, snap.
Wow.
Are you excited for the Snyder Cut?
Wait. Hey, Mama's geeky. Mama's geeky. You can't just leave it at that. You got, like, I'm not trying to call you. You can't just like drop the mic and walk away on that. Like,
She had follow up.
Okay. There we go.
She had follow up. There we go. Okay. So I'm gonna go Magneto. I'm saying Magneto. You guys pretty much touched everything there. So another clean sweep there. Okay, what's our next one? Let me exit out of this one. I think this is going to be a pretty easy matchup here coming up here. Number 11 villain, number 6 hero. We haven't seen her solo movie yet, but Black Widow versus Ultron.
You used that picture on purpose. That picture was very specific. I see you.
We're gonna delay our responses until 2022, guys. So I'm sorry we can't vote on this matchup.
Actually, I don't want to make things too political, but like I do feel like, especially in a socially conscious era like, you know, 2020, 2021, I don't understand why they hypersexualize Ultron so much in the movie. You know, I feel like that's just it's too much. Sleek metal body is all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Sleek, dog, just crispy.
All right, I'm gonna go Black Widow in this one. Yeah, it's Scarlett Johansson. We should have had her movie already. So that's all what I will say. So, James, let's go with you.
So I love superheroes that don't have superpowers. I love that arc for so many like different TV series, different movies. It just makes it so relatable to me. Yeah, I'm going Black Widow. And the thing is, I think we get her movie, but it's going to be day and date Disney Plus premiere and theater. Sorry, Ren.
There's the follow-up for that.
Why are you apologizing to me?
Because I don't want you to get mad at me thinking I'm like, you know, I love the theater experience.
That's what I'm talking about, Tessa.
I agree with you. Unfortunately, I agree with you.
I agree with what Tessa said. Says Christian Bale is my Batman and Michael Keaton. I don't know. Ben didn't do it for me. It could be the writing, but I feel like it could be better than the Snyder Cut.
Yes.
And we got this guy here. What's up, man? How you doing?
Hey, Austin, how you doing?
Woo!
You guys just had your Mandalorian finale.
We didn't because my internet was bugging out.
Oh,
we're gonna have it tomorrow.
Okay.
Tomorrow.
Okay. What was I going? Okay, who's Leo? Who's moving on?
I mean, James, you said some great things about Black Widow. Look, I just love the portrayal. I loved her popping up in Iron Man 2 and then in the Avengers. And wow, what a sad arc ending that was. Like, yo, I found myself crying in Endgame like when that happened. What happened with that movie, though? Are we ever going to get it is my question. Are we going to be old people in 2032 and we're like, yes, we're ready for Black Widow? We'll see, though. I'm so excited for that movie, and I've been wanting that movie since Iron Man 2, so I definitely got to go Black Widow. Easy.
All right. But yeah, Black Widow. This is our matchup, guys. So people were asking. Black Widow versus Ultron. Get that. I should have picked a different picture. That's the first one I could pop up. Anyway. Ren, moving on. What do you got?
Prepare for a twist, my friends, because I'm going with the most underrated villain in the MCU. I saw a comment, yes, he's better in the comics, but Age of Ultron is awesome. I love Ultron. I love the performance by James Spader. I love how much of an upper hand he has on the Avengers. I love how he's worst version of Tony Stark, the worst version that Tony Stark could be of himself. And he can get so much under their skin. And I just love the way he says strings. So he gets my vote.
All right, so we have 3-1 for Black Widow. So Andy, who would you have voted for?
Oh, dude, this is I've literally just been like, I've been trying to mull this over because I love. Okay, you know what? I'm just gonna go knee jerk on this. Screw it. If I change it later, fine. Ultron. I'm going Ultron knee jerk reaction. Just because, like, okay, so I wish he got a longer arc, like kind of like a Thanos build up, because Ultron is such a cool idea of a villain. Yeah, right. This kind of bastardized child, like, you know, I mean, Hank Pym in the comics, right? But Iron Man. But I really wish they had done more, because he could have been this ultimate culmination of Stark's arrogance, which he still acted as, right? Because they used him as a pivot into the Sokovia Accords in Civil War, which I really like. So I like the foundation he helped to set for future Avengers movies, and I think he's underrated because of that. But to Ren's point, Spadertron killed it. He felt like he was hurting. You know, like his emotional flare-ups, like he's supposed to be this cruel, cold, calculating robot, but then like you can see him just like unleash like emotion, like he's this alien child who legitimately wants his dad, and you know has been kind of like Luciferian, right? Like cast from heaven, or it's really an interesting character. I wish they explored more, but I enjoyed the snippet that we got, even if I didn't like Age of Ultron.
So that's a good call. So maybe Ultron would have moved on if he didn't have a different matchup per se. Who knows? Definitely. So Black Widow does move on 3-2. This is the closest matchup so far. Yeah. This next matchup is going to be this is one of my favorites, and I don't think Andy can vote on this one.
Oh boy, here he comes.
Number 7 villain, number 10 hero. This is my favorite matchup, I think, out of round 1.
Oh shit. Oh my god! Are you serious?
No.
Oh my god! No.
Dude.
So, actually, I'm just at least going to chime in. I can't vote on this, but since there are going to be listeners out there, the this matchup, y'all, is going to be MCU Doctor Strange versus Homelander from the Amazon series The Boys. For listeners out there who might not be watching. So.
Oh yeah, I didn't even match it up. Yeah, I just didn't say the name. I just dropped the photo. Thank you for giving my back on that.
I think just the reaction stunned everyone. It was beautiful. But yeah, that's why this is a big deal, y'all.
The chat is straight up disrespectful right now. The chat is disrespectful. How dare you?
They're swinging the pendulum one way all the way, and I'm like stuck in the middle, man. Like, please don't come to me first.
So it's going to be if we split it, the chat is going to have a big say who moves on in this one. So they're leaning Homelander. I'm going to vote first. I'll be honest with you guys. I had not seen The Boys before I asked you guys to put your list out, so he was not on my original villains list. But my wife and I binged both seasons before this, and I didn't know anything about it. I told you guys off before we started. The Boys, Homelander is probably the most complex villain, like a character that I've seen in a show or a movie. I'm going Homelander, man. Like, and he makes me want to read those comics. I can't wait for season 3. Homelander gets the matchup, but this is like the best, one of my favorite matchups because those two characters are so opposite in a way, but similar at the same time. But I'm going Homelander. For me. All right, we're gonna go over to Ren.
Oh boy. Doctor Strange is my favorite single movie in the MCU. I adore that movie so much. I adore the comics. He's one of my favorite characters of all time. I love Benedict Cumberbatch's portrayal. I love how important he became to the victory of the Infinity Saga in general, and I cannot wait for Doctor Strange 2. But I'm just going to quote Homelander and saying, you fucking cocksuckers. I'm giving him the win. Anthony Starr is just so good in this role. We clearly know he's a psychopath from the very beginning. And yet when he's playing victim, I kind of personally fall for it every time. So it's just an incredibly intriguing character that I cannot wait what they do with him.
Yeah. So if we have, I think Homelander pretty much has won based off 3, but we're gonna go to see how the guys vote first. Leo.
Man, Ren, what a quote, my friend. I think I'm gonna have to go with the guy who was sucking down the milk. Look, I really liked Doctor Strange, and I love Benedict Cumberbatch's portrayal of that amazing character. Like, I really, really just love, like you were saying, Ren, what he did for the Infinity Saga and how he came through. His own movie gets kind of crapped on a lot, and I actually really enjoyed Doctor Strange. That was one of my favorite solos, especially of like the later MCU movies. Really good. But Homelander, just the concept of having this Superman that has surveillance on everybody and could snap at any moment. You have these cool moments in The Boys where you're almost like, oh my God, is everybody going to end up dead because Homelander will snap? Like, just having this walking atomic bomb everywhere you go. And the fact that he has tabs on everybody. He can show up whenever he wants, wherever he wants. He can tear up as much stuff as he wants because he is Superman, but the evil Superman. Is so good, man. I love that. I love him as a character. And I just love that he's almost impossible to beat, but every time he has to be beaten by wit or by something else because, let's be real here, he would tear Billy Butcher up. But every single time Butcher comes through, oh, I gotta go Homelander.
All right, James, what you got?
First of all, before I need to preface this, thank you guys so much for not spoiling anything because I haven't watched season 2, and I know Andy hasn't actually. Listen, I'm 3 episodes in. Wait, which is the episode where the whale goes boom? That's the episode I just finished. So 2. Okay, thank you, Ron.
No, it's the third. It's the third.
Okay, perfect.
Because in the end, you get the Stormfront reveal. Let's say that.
Yes, and I need to go back and finish that season. Anthony Starr he's going to have to be nominated for an award eventually. I mean, my gosh, he's so excellent in his performance. It goes beyond just like, superhero, like schlocky type acting. No, he is actually so stable but unstable at the same time. Like, he's very controlled, and I love his performance. However, with that being said, y'all are disrespecting my boy Benedict, okay? Doctor Strange gets my vote. He's great. He is just unreal. He made a character that was so well known to comic book fans, well known worldwide. Like, he did something great. Now, Anthony Starr also kind of shone some light on this comic series as well with the boys. But I mean, Doctor Strange is just the bigger hero for me, and I think he's just a better character.
Yeah. All right. So Homelander's moving on. Doctor Strange. I just looked at the time. We're gonna do more rapid fire. Go get through these ones a little faster. Because this is the last matchup of the first for one bracket, so we still have 3 other brackets left. So there's a lot to get to still. Okay, I think this could be a pretty easy one. The number 2 hero going up against number 15th villain in this bracket. We have Iron Man versus Mr. Glass.
Oh wow!
Iron Man.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, Andy.
This is easy.
All right, are we pretty much all voting for the same one? I love Samuel L. Jackson in this one, but
hold on.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm just playing. I'm going Iron Man. I'm just messing.
Yeah, Iron Man.
Are we all saying Iron Man? Pretty much. Samuel L. Jackson's great. That's Mr. Glass, but I think, yeah, you're going to go with the bulk of Iron Man on camera compared to the bulk of Mr. Glass in the movie, and I didn't really care for Glass too much, but
yeah. And also, if this is the scale, Iron Man started an universe, so boom, there we go.
That's a good point.
Okay.
Bingo.
Hey, he's just happy to be in the tournament, Mr. Glass. He's just happy to be here. All right, we'll move on, Iron Man. And did you guys just want to finish up this bracket all the way to see who's the winner of this bracket to see makes the final 4, or we want to move on to the next bracket?
I say let's finish this one.
Let's finish this one?
Definitely.
Okay.
Yeah, might as well.
Yeah.
Okay, so I don't have slides for these matchups, but so here we go.
Okay.
Number 1 seed, Heath Ledger's Joker, up against number 8 seed, Spider-Man PS4.
Oh,
Fuck.
I mean, my T-shirt says otherwise, but I'm voting Joker.
Oh
Okay.
man.
Okay, I'm going to go next to. I'm going to go Heath Ledger's Joker. That's 2 votes for Joker. James?
So
Yeah.
my wall says otherwise, just like Ren's shirt says otherwise. But I have to go Heath Ledger's Joker. Just a much better character for me.
Leo, I know that PS4 Spider-Man was your number one.
I got this guy on my desk. I got Amazing Fantasy over on this wall. I gotta go Heath Ledger. I feel bad for betraying my boy Spidey, but no, you know what? I'm doubling back. I'm going Spider-Man PS4. That game was so fun. I'm going PS4, guys. I'll be the hot take here. I'll be the hot take.
Hey, hey, what's Andy? Your turn.
Yeah, no, it's Spider-Man. It's Spider-Man for me. Joker is awesome, but man, I cried during that Spider-Man game.
Yeah.
When you find out about his and MJ's relationship, when you find out about his and Doc Ock's relationship, the Joker was awesome, but playing the Spider-Man game just felt awesome. So yeah, Spider-Man.
Okay, so 3-2 on this one. This is a tough one, but Heath Ledger's Joker will be moving on to the next matchup. But Doc Ock, actually, PS4 Doc Ock did get some votes in this term. Didn't make the brackets, but he did get some votes. So our next matchup, number 5, villain Green Goblin from Spider-Man 1, played by Willem Dafoe, up against Gal Gadot's Wonder Woman.
Oh man.
Green Goblin.
All right. Oh, there we go.
My
Andy,
previous
kicking
vote
off Green
says
Goblin.
my previous vote says otherwise, but easily Green Goblin.
Okay, 2 Green Goblins. Leo.
I hate to do this, but Green Goblin, guys. I gotta go with Dafoe. I know everybody was like, oh, he's gonna go Wonder Woman. No way. That first Spider-Man villain,
That was easy.
amazing.
Okay, so
Spectacular.
Green Goblin will be moving on, but James, what would you have voted for?
I would vote for Green Goblin too. It's not an easy choice though. I'm not saying that because like, oh, Gal Gadot, let's throw off to the side, but it's got to be Green Goblin here. He's just a legacy character, you know.
Hey Chris, what does that mean? What does that mean? Spider-Man doesn't hold up. It's not like I don't know. Like what does that mean, man?
It means the DVD is on the floor.
Just because it had Yellow Card on the soundtrack doesn't mean it doesn't hold, and Nickelback on the soundtrack doesn't mean it doesn't hold up.
Both those bands do hold up.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, I'm going to go with Willem Dafoe as Green Goblin as well. So he's moving on. Clean sweep there. All right. Number 3 villain, Magneto, Ian McKellen's version, up against number 6, Black Widow.
Oh, bro.
All right,
I
James.
already got mine, but
Okay, man. Gosh, this is hard. This is really tough. It's harder than I thought. No, I'm going Magneto. Come on, it's got to be Magneto for me.
Magneto. Okay, I have 1 vote for Magneto.
I will vote for
go ahead.
Magneto.
Go, Ren.
I will go for Magneto, but I will say this: if we had seen Black Widow by now,
yeah.
perhaps my
good call.
vote would change. I can only speak for
call.
myself.
No, that's actually good. That's a good point, and that's why I feel like another character for a TV show that's happening right now could have got a lot more votes to be in this tournament too. So we'll talk about that. We'll pick character later. 2 votes for Magneto. Leo.
I'm going Magneto for sure.
All right, that sounds good to me. Andy.
What sucks is I gotta separate like the comic books from like the adaptations. every time I look.
That's the tough part.
Yep.
But I'm still going Magneto. It's just
All right.
easy. Awesome performance.
Same here. I'm going to go Magneto. So Magneto will be moving on into the next round. I think pretty much
Sweet.
going with my gut. Magneto. I'm a villain girl. That's heck yeah.
Yes,
Go
Go ahead, Tessa.
Bad girl. Bad girl.
LBM, Black Widow. Hey, this is another tough matchup here. This is going to be the matchup right here.
Uh-oh.
Number 7,
Oh, God.
Homelander. Number 2, Iron Man.
Oh, bro.
Oh, I can't.
This is the toughest matchup, I think, because both iconic performances.
And I can't even vote on this one. Okay, now I need to watch the show. Wow.
And Andy can't vote on this, so this one has to go to the chat as well if we're tied. And I'll kick it off. I'm a Captain America fan, guys. So I'm going Homelander. Homelander's going to take. I love me some RDJ, especially the earlier ones. But my favorite MCU movie is Winter Soldier, and I am not a big fan of the other sequels for Iron Man. I understand he did the I Am Iron Man snap thing, fantastic stuff. I did cry in the theater. But man, Homelander, there's something about a villain. That villain is so compelling for me. I'm going Homelander, man. I want to see more of this character.
Oh shit!
Shots fired.
Nobody wants to go next.
Right? I'm like, who's brave enough? Okay. I gotta go.
Go ahead.
Oh.
Chat's leading Iron Man anyway, so go ahead.
The reason why I gotta go Iron Man is just because he started the MCU. Like that character, Robert Downey Jr.'s portrayal. He is what set us off into this 10-year journey, leading all the way up to the end of the Infinity Saga and more.
Right.
I gotta go with Tony. But I hate to go against Homelander here because what a well-written, well-executed, amazingly acted character by Anthony Starr. I wish I could go Homelander, but I gotta go Iron Man. What a matchup.
I think, Amanda, you're absolutely right on this one. His longevity speaks for itself. And yeah, you're right. Maybe I got that recency bias with Homelander because I just binged The Boys, but I'm thinking that. But anyway, Ren, what's going for you?
Oh man, I'm afraid to go against Homelander as well, but that's because I'm afraid he's coming after me. If I do,
Look behind you.
So one more time before he gets dropped out because I'm voting Iron Man. You fucking cocksuckers.
Okay, James, who you got? Who are you voting for?
So I don't think there's a loser here, if that makes sense, because both of these actors that portrayed these characters put these characters on the map for so many. Because I know a lot of people did read Iron Man, but not a lot of people knew about the character in its past and whatnot. They just knew it existed. Robert Downey Jr. put a face to the name. Now, Anthony Starr, they could have easily destroyed any sort of future for the boys. It could have just been a mess. It could have been awful. It's not a property that was very popular, but Anthony Starr is the clear standout in the show. However, I think if you put both of these up together, I mean, it has to be Iron Man. It needs to be him.
Yeah. I think Homelander got, if he was a different matchup with this one, I think that he probably could have moved on. But Iron Man, the longevity speaks for itself. Yeah, you're absolutely right, guys. Iron Man, move on. We'll stay with Iron Man. 2 more matchups for this first bracket. We have Iron Man against Magneto, Ian McKellen.
Iron Man.
Iron Man.
Ren, you're crazy. I love you, but you're crazy.
No.
I am, but that is unrelated to this voting.
Count it, Ren. There we go. Yeah, going with Iron Man.
Wait, no. Yeah, that's
But yeah, going with Iron Man as well.
I was like, I cannot reach that side.
All right, so you get 2 votes for Iron Man. I'm going to go with Iron Man as well.
Shit.
But Magneto is freaking
James
fantastic.
disapproves.
James, I think we're going the same route, my friend. I think we're on the same page here. I think we are, man.
Convince me. Let's see. Go ahead, James.
Okay, so the reason I think for me I would go Magneto is because Robert Downey Jr.'s character of Iron Man, there's layers to his character, no doubt, but it's not as, I think, emotional in a way. I definitely got super emotional with the whole snap at the end of Endgame, yes. But Ian McKellen actually tying in a lot more realism helps with the Holocaust survival and everything. That is a character for me that, again, I said it earlier in the live stream, it cemented the way forward for villains. Robert Downey Jr.'s Iron Man, I don't think cemented the way forward for heroes in film adaptations. That, to me, is more so Tobey Maguire, Hugh Jackman. So I think Ian McKellen deserves that amount of praise. So I'm choosing Magneto here.
Wait a minute, I got to speak to this, James, and I know I'm trying to be time conscious, but that's the thing about it is you got to remember the state of Marvel. They were literally bankrupt. That's why Disney had to buy them. The heroes that started off the MCU were the scrap characters. I mean, literally Hulk, Blade, Daredevil, Spider-Man, every other major hero was bought out by Sony, Fox, Universal, every other studio. So when the MCU started, it was with the characters no one cared about. Iron Man, Black Widow, Hawkeye, Thor, Captain America. So the fact that Robert Downey Jr. and Disney had no faith in this movie, by the way, they literally said set it and forget it when John Favreau took it over. Robert Downey Jr. was such a junkie at the time that nobody wanted to hire him. John Favreau had to convince Marvel and Disney up and down to hire him. Stan Lee gave his seal of approval, and Robert Downey Jr.'s experience as a former drug addict going into rehab helped connect him more to the character and portrayal of Tony Stark. So because of that real world impact leading into everything culminating in this literal movie and hero that was set up for failure makes his portrayal of Iron Man so powerful for me. Even with two movies, he brought it to the MCU and cemented the MCU because no one had faith in it to begin with.
I love that.
Damn.
I love that.
Great point.
With that said, Leo, who would you have voted for?
That was a fantastic point, Andy. I like what you had to say about Iron Man and just about Disney, like setting it on the back burner and being like, yeah, just let it go. That's a great point. And Robert Downey Jr. and what the impact he had for the MCU further along is huge. But I gotta go Magneto. We talk about people who establish these characters and for the future of the franchise, for the future of Marvel, set things up. I gotta go Magneto. He had that great villainous arc, and not to mention his story just has so much depth. You have said it, James, just with his background in Nazi Germany and things like that. It really just makes such a compelling story for a character. And while Iron Man and Robert Downey Jr. has such a past with himself, Iron Man's story kind of is a little bit less complex, in my opinion, than Magneto's. I gotta go Magneto.
Okay. That's great points. I both tough matchup. Iron Man does move on in this round. I think the chat basically said the same thing as well. So Iron Man will be moving on. Let's go. Next matchup. The Joker, Heath Ledger, up against Green Goblin, Spider-Man 1.
Joker
for me, too.
Joker.
Okay, 3 for Joker. Leo?
Not easy for me to say, but Joker.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, it's tough for me to go against Willem Dafoe here, but man, dude, Heath won an Oscar, dude. Like, he won an Oscar. Yeah, it's got to be Joker for me.
Okay, so yeah, basically Joker. That's what people are saying. Film optics, Joker, always Geeky's Joker. Okay, this is where it gets tough, guys. Who makes the final 4 out of these 2 matchups? The Joker, Heath Ledger, or Iron Man?
How? What are you doing to us, Adam? Why are you doing this?
I'm making you guys turn gray in the hair.
Oh my god.
But yeah. Good. See, the chat's already. Jesus, what the hell is going on here? That's
Jesus is not in the bracket today.
No, he's not. Yeah.
He'd win.
Well, you go with 2 amazing guys who both got renowned. I'm gonna go with.
I know my answer. I don't like it.
Me too.
The hardest of choices require the strongest of wills.
Yeah, I love that, Andy. Damn.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Okay, Andy, go ahead. Then you have yours ready.
Joker. I hate it, but Joker because, I mean, once again, a lot of people, here's how powerful Heath Ledger's performance was. A lot of people attribute his performance as to what the Joker's character is supposed to be. However, you read the Batman comics and you watch Batman the animated series, and it's like those characters are so dynamic in nature, they're night and day. But everyone thinks of Heath Ledger's Joker when they think of the Joker. And once again, that portrayal is like, I don't know. So there's that.
All right. I'm going to go next. I love you 3000. But let me tell you how I got these scars.
That was awesome.
I'm going to go. That's why I had to think of something funny. So I was like, Andy, go take the lead on this one first. A Joker moving on for me, Heath Ledger. He won an Oscar. Back on that point. Okay, James, who you got?
Listen, I know I just got off talking about how great Heath Ledger's Joker is, and I don't think that we can look at these actors like the same ever again. I look at Heath Ledger, I think Joker. I look at Robert Downey Jr., I think Iron Man. Like, that's how great these performances were, and that's how amazing these characters are. Both of them did something new with each of their respective properties. I think that it's going to be hard to choose one over the other. Tessa said it in the chat. It's like choosing your favorite kid. You can't do that. But there's always a favorite child, guys. There's always a favorite child. And that favorite child for me is going to be Iron Man.
Okay. There we go. We got 2-1 right now. Leo.
I feel like my back is against the wall and Homelander is charging up his eyes like, choose the right one. Oh, man. This is so hard. I mean, because it's 2 very legendary...
Oh, no.
No!
It was Homelander.
Oh, there he is. He's back.
You froze for a second.
Am I back? Am I back?
Yeah.
My internet was just like, screw you, bro, with your choice. I gotta go Heath Ledger's Joker. I have to. He got the Oscar. He got the award. It's just a slight edge, but I gotta go Ledger.
Let's go.
Okay.
Let's
Doesn't
go.
matter now. It's 3-1. But Rin, what would you have said?
Oh boy. I'm gonna go Iron Man.
My boy.
Okay, he would have won Iron Man. Okay.
I'm gonna go with the heart and not with the Oscar.
Okay, that sounds good. Okay, so Joker does make the final four. We're going to go through the next matchup, guys. I will have pictures for this one. This is funny how this one matched up. Number 1 seed, guys, for the hero.
Oh boy.
Up against number 16 seed for villain. Did not.
I think I know who it is.
Like this matchup.
Whoa.
Yeah, this legit. I don't know how this happened, but I'm like, that's kind of worked out perfectly. We see this before.
So once again, for our listeners out there, it is MCU Captain America versus MCU Red Skull.
I love Andy so much, man. I do.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Doing what I can while I can do it.
There we go. Okay. So I'm going Captain America. I already said he's one of my favorite characters. So yeah, I love Hugo Weaving and the guy from The Walking Dead who did his role in Infinity War and Endgame. I can't remember his name, but I'm going to go with Chris Evans and Captain America.
Agreed.
All right, James.
So I think Captain America: The First Avenger is a criminally underrated MCU origin movie. I don't know if you guys agree. Thank you, Ren. You are my boy. And I think that movie, when I first saw it, I was like, okay, this is different. I was expecting action. I tempered my expectations. Watched it a second time, and it ended up being amazing. And yes, Red Skull can rot on Boromir. Yes. Now Hugo Weaving, it's awesome because he was one of those actors where I didn't think he'd really fit in the role too well. And then when I saw him in the final film, I'm like, oh great, man, he did an amazing job. However, this is like Duke men's basketball going up against this, like, I don't know, 16th seed team you've never heard of before in like a small town of Wichita. So I'm going with Duke men's basketball. I'm thinking Chris Evans.
There we go. Leo.
Easy. Cap all the way.
One of our favorites to win this tournament. Red.
This moment right here, ladies and gentlemen. This moment. It's Cap. Cap's going all the way through.
All right. Andy.
He was my favorite.
Andy.
Oh yeah, Cap. Straight Cap, no facts. Wait, straight facts, all Cap. There we go. Even before his Mjolnir moment, like perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Love Chris Evans in that role so freaking much.
Okay. So Captain America moves on. Okay, Ren's going to go first on this one. Just FYI.
Oh boy.
Number 8 seed villain going up against the number 9 seed hero. We got Michael Keaton's Batman up against Harley Quinn.
This is hysterical, actually.
I don't know what name you call her by, but to me, she is only known as the goddess. And again, I don't like the Michael Keaton Batman movie, so I'm voting for the goddess herself.
There we go. We got one for Harley in the chat, too. Okay, so we got one for Harley. We're going to go with Andy on the next.
Oh, damn it. Try not to. Okay. So, a bit of a hot take that people aren't going to like here. I find Harley Quinn to be pretty annoying in the DCEU, and I'm sorry. I like Margot Robbie as an actor. I really freaking do, but I feel like her character can be played up too much, and perhaps it's because Suicide Squad was so... I mean, my bad. The Oscar-winning Suicide Squad was so bad in my mind. Yeah, exactly. But I still pick Harley over Keaton's Batman. You know, once again, I don't know if that's recency bias, but I really like her character growth and arc in Birds of Prey. That's really even in Suicide Squad, I find her portrayal of the character a little bit annoying and over the top, but her as a character, in the nuance of it, I do like.
Good call. How do I remove people from StreamYard for? Andy has something. He just took a sip. I did not plan that. I apologize.
You're good.
Man, it's Keaton. He's my Batman. One of my Batman. But yeah, I think Harley Quinn. I think with Birds of Prey, kind of pushed her up there for me. I'll move Harley Quinn onto the next round to see how she does. James.
So I don't hate the Michael Keaton Batman movies, but I think they're a little overrated. Is that fair to say, guys? Because everyone
Yes.
says they're. Oh, sorry, Adam.
Just
They're-
kidding.
they are. It's one of those things where I think I didn't grow up with it enough, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
I grew up really understanding Batman being this larger than life character with Christian Bale. I mean, honestly, so I really think I would put Christian Bale over Michael Keaton's Batman anyway. So I have to go Margot Robbie here. I mean, Birds of Prey. If you haven't seen it, see it because it's one of the best movies of 2020. So
Definitely
There we
underrated.
go. All
Definitely
right.
underrated.
So Harley Quinn does move on. Leo, who would have you picked?
Dang, this Keaton slander, y'all. I'm like, bro, I love them movies. Look, my Batman is Kevin Conroy. That damn animated series Batman was just legendary.
Nice.
I like Keaton a lot, but man, Birds of Prey was so fun and so enjoyable due to Margot Robbie's portrayal of Harley Quinn. And it made me want some breakfast sandwiches, y'all. Like, it was just such a good movie. I like her portrayal of this character. And I agree with what you were saying, Andy. From Suicide Squad to now, we've seen this progression and seen her get even more comfortable portraying that character. And she just brings such great energy to that Harley Quinn role. I got to go with Margot Robbie's Harley Quinn.
Heck yes. Don't worry. We'll see another Batman in this bracket in a second.
The best
Oh,
one.
man.
All right. This is going to be an interesting matchup. Number 5 seed hero, number 12 seed villain. We have Deadpool versus General Zod from Man of Steel.
Oh, my God.
Man, I thought this was going to be a hard one.
Oh, it's still tough for me.
It is a hard one.
Okay, I'll start this one off. Hot take for me: not a huge fan of Deadpool. The first night I saw it on my birthday, and I had a little bit some tequila beforehand, and it was super funny. I'm not gonna lie. I rewatched it. I'm like, this wasn't as funny as I remember it being. And the second one, I'm not a huge fan of. I think General Zod is one of the better villains in the DCEU right now. So I'm gonna go get the slight. I think Ryan Reynolds is really good as Deadpool. I think he's good still, but I'm gonna go with General Zod. Now, if this was Deadpool from X-Men Origins Wolverine, I might have gave the slight edge to the other way. I'm kidding, by the way. I'm kidding. Calm down, guys. Calm down.
I was about to have a heart attack.
I know. I was like, what the? No, I'm gonna go with General Zod on this one. Just slightly.
I was surprised because that's the second time today that X-Men Origins Deadpool came up in the conversation. But that's a story for another day.
okay, so Adam, agree with you in that Deadpool 1 and 2 are not my favorite comic book movies, but they're also just not very good. I think the writing for those movies are just a little repetitive for me, and I love Ryan Reynolds as Deadpool, but it's the way they write his character to be almost like, okay, yeah, we get it, dude. Yeah, we get it. Crude humor. Okay. What else? What? There needs to be more than just you dropping an F-bomb or you making a crude joke. I understand that the first film had this like cool edgy appeal to it because it was the first time we saw a rated R superhero film kind of like that, but I would still have to go Deadpool though, because I think Michael Shannon, for as great as he is, the DP2 slander, sorry Leo, but I genuinely think that while Michael Shannon is great, Ryan Reynolds does a better job at embodying the character of Deadpool more so than Michael Shannon does with General Zod.
All right, 1-1 tie here. We're gonna go Leo.
Man, there's a lot of DP2 slander up in here, man. I love
agree.
Deadpool 2. I thought it was just as funny as the first one. And maybe not as memorable because it does borrow a lot of the same beats, but it had a bigger budget. We got to see the Juggernaut. And I love both of those movies. I like Ryan Reynolds in that role. I love what he has brought to the Fox X-Men movies, making things rated R, paving the way for a movie like Logan, which we got a little bit later down the line. I love Ryan Reynolds as Deadpool, and I'm really looking forward to seeing him pop up in the MCU, seeing him pop up in movies, cracking jokes, and I am so excited to see him and Tom Holland going at it together. Like, them two, Deadpool, Spider-Man, such a great matchup in the comics. I think it'll be a great matchup in the movies. I'm going Ryan Reynolds, Deadpool, for sure.
There we go, Ren.
I love Michael Shannon's General Zod in Man of Steel, or as I like to call it, Masterpiece of Steel. But Ryan Reynolds as Deadpool is one of those character-defining performances, much like Robert Downey Jr. for for Iron Man and Hugh Jackman for Wolverine. Ryan Reynolds as Deadpool is just one of those. So I'm going to vote for Deadpool.
All right. Is that 3 people for Deadpool?
Real quick, I love the comment. Love Brad Pitt and DB2 for his one frame.
Wait, what are y'all talking about? Brad Pitt wasn't. I never saw Brad Pitt in DB2. Was he there somewhere?
I never saw him. You can't see him.
I got you.
Andy, what would you have picked?
Deadpool.
All right, Deadpool's moving on.
Yep, he did the same thing. He did the Iron Man treatment. Fox didn't want it. He did it anyways. Look where it's at now.
All right. So this is actually our very first team going up against a villain. Okay. We got a couple characters in the team getting votes. So I just grouped them all together. So that's what I did here. Okay. Number 13, Heroes up against number 4, Villain. We have Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles against Doc Ock.
Oh no!
Which TMNT are we?
The 90s, like the first movie, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh well. Oh, that helped it for me.
Yeah, seriously.
Just made it all there easier.
That was hard to judge what people were saying because they just said the character's name. So I don't. It's tough. Okay, so who had? Let's go with James starting off this one.
So, that definitely made it easy for me, guys. It's Alfred Molina. Guys, come on. Alfred Molina is not one of the better actors only in comic book movies. He's one of the best actors of all time. The guy he can do anything. His range is incredible. And Doc Ock was a villain, even though I'm a huge Spidey fan. Seeing him in the animated series and stuff, intimidating, sure. But I don't know what Alfred Molina did with the final character in Spider-Man 2, but it made it that much more scary for me. So Alfred Molina did something with that character I didn't think anyone could do, and I vote for him 110%.
Okay, Leo.
Oh man, had you said like 03 anime style TMNT, I probably would have been like, but we went with 90s, so I gotta go with Alfred Molina as Doc Ock. James, he's a legendary actor, as you said. Fantastically said, my man. He just brings so much gravitas to that role while also playing an accurate depiction of Doc Ock from the comics. And I love this kind of duality he brought to it where it was like, the machine is controlling me, but I kind of want this anyway, so I'm still going to go with what the machine is saying, but at the same time, I don't want to hurt you as much. Like, there was just this really cool conflict going on within him. So I loved what Alfred Molina brought to this. And y'all, that train scene, that whole sequence, legendary. I mean, just legendary for superhero media, period. So, yes, I got to go Doc Ock.
There was a comment from Film Optics about he thought he was going to say The Incredibles, but only one person voted for The Incredibles. So they are not in this tournament. So,
and it was not me.
It was me. I'll come out.
Alfred Molina as Doc Ock easily. To me, the only TMNT version who could stand a chance is the 2012 Nickelodeon show because it's the best version of the Turtles for me. Yeah, I thought the same as you before going in, Andy. The show is amazing. But yeah, Doc Ock easily.
Cool. Andy, who would you have picked? Doc Ock will be moving on.
Yeah, no, Doc Ock for me as well. Although, Leo, I'm glad someone else remembers that 2003 anime version.
Yes!
The Toonami Cartoon Network one, that's the one you're talking?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Where they were like anime style and ninjas. Yeah.
Constantly had the white eyes.
Yeah, that one would have been my favorite. But yeah, no, Doc Ock all the way. I mean, even if it were them, Doc Ock would still win.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, we got the next match. Doc Ock's moving on for me. Next matchup we have. Which one is this? Oh man, I just pushed the wrong button. I don't know the bracket numbers, but hero versus villain. We got Tom Holland Spider-Man up against Zemo from Captain America 3.
Oh,
All right, Leo, you're kicking it off first.
Holland as Spider-Man. For me, this wasn't really too hard. Look, I like Zemo. I like him as a villain, and we know he's probably gonna come back, y'all. But yeah. So I'm like, I like him, but I don't love him like Holland and his portrayal of both Peter Parker and Spider-Man and what he has done for the character in the MCU. Going Tom Holland, Spider-Man.
Heck yeah! All right, Ren.
Spidey. This one isn't hard. It just sucks that I have to throw Zemo away already because I do love Zemo.
Yeah, same here. Andy.
Leo basically said everything I was going to say. Moving on.
Yeah,
Got you.
Spidey Holland for me as well. So Spidey Holland will be moving on. James, what would you have picked?
Oh, definitely Tom Holland Spider-Man. I think he embodies the best of both Spider-Man and Peter Parker. He's the most all-around portrayal of that character. But what I will say is, Zemo, we got to mention the fact that he pretty much shook up the entirety of the MCU. So, I mean, he gets a little point for that.
Well,
Yeah.
Zemo is criminally, or not criminally, but Zemo is underrated as a villain in the MCU to me. Like, not enough people talk about him. But yeah, Spidey still wins this one.
I think Zemo got confirmed that he's coming back for Falcon and Winter Soldier. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, we've seen him.
They got the photos and everything. I think they even have him with the original comic book mask on, purple baklava or whatever that's called.
The sock.
Yeah,
The sock. Okay, so this is going to be an interesting one. We have what's the matchup? Number 11 hero up against number 6 villain. We have Batman Kevin Conroy up against Mysterio from Spider-Man Far From Home.
Oh man.
I believe
It's the same. Is it my turn?
Yeah, I think Leo was the last one. Yeah, Ren's first.
Okay, this is the same exact one as the previous round. Like, it's not that hard. It just sucks that Mysterio has to go away immediately. But going Kevin Conroy through games, through series, through animated movies, he's voiced Batman for so long. Batman beyond anybody. He's got to be that one. He even made it to live action. He even made it to be the live action Bruce Wayne in the crossover in the CW. Kevin Conroy wins.
Yeah, there we go. We got some comments for Mysterio already. This is a hard one. Kevin Conroy. This is another one. Okay, Andy.
I think this is probably for me already. This is the most interesting person on this list because they didn't just pick Kevin Conroy Batman animated series Batman. They picked Kevin Conroy's Batman. I think this is the first one on this list that really spans multiple sectors of media and portrayals of Batman. I mean, easily Kevin Conroy's Batman, even if you just pick one movie or video game. But that is an interesting seed on this list. I really like it. Yeah, that's good. That's really good.
Yeah, that was a tough one to judge because everybody just said the Kevin Conroy version. They didn't say exactly which one. So it's I'm going to Kevin Conroy as well. Unfortunate for Mysterio. I love Jake Gyllenhaal, but see a Mysterio. James.
So, yeah, I don't want to say goodbye to Mysterio, but when you go up against the guy who defined a generation for so many, it has to be Kevin Conroy. And also, what I will say about Mysterio is maybe I'm in the minority here, but I love when the MCU does this thing where they kind of throw a curveball on what we typically understand the character to be. I loved Iron Man 3 and what they did, and I love what they did in Far From Home. A lot of people, when I left the theater, they were like, oh, but he wasn't Mysterio the whole time. What the heck? Oh, my gosh. No, it's cool, okay? It's different. It subverts expectations.
Kevin Conroy slander in the chat.
Uh-oh.
Overrated.
I don't know about that.
Overrated. Nah, man.
My heart.
I said explain. Okay, Leo, who would you have picked?
I mean, I said it earlier. Kevin Conroy is my Batman animated series. Phenomenal. The Arkham games. The only time I went back to the Arrowverse after a long break was to see Kevin Conroy as Batman. Look, Mysterio was amazing, and honestly, I thought he did a pretty good job of combining a new Mysterio and pulling from the comics and from the earlier animated media, because it was very over the top and had that very mysterious outlook. So I liked the Mysterio so much, and Jake Gyllenhaal did a great job, but gotta go Kevin Conroy. And Andy, that's a great comment that this spans generations. This is since the 90s, so yeah, for sure. Kevin Conroy.
Right.
I will also mention, just as an aside and a fun fact, a lot of people don't realize Harley Quinn was a Batman the Animated Series original character.
Yep.
So without that series, we would not have Harley Quinn.
Staying on the topic of Batman, we have the number 7 hero up against the number 10 villain. We have Professor X, Patrick Stewart, and Jack Nicholson's version of the Joker. Andy's turn to start this one off.
I'll keep this short and sweet. Dr. X. Love it.
I'm going to go Professor X as well on this one. I love Nicholson. You can dance to Prince another time. Professor X is moving on.
Same here.
Oh,
yeah,
so
I agree with Ren. No, I totally agree with Ren. It's got to be, for me, Professor X. Patrick Stewart, just a legendary actor. Performance is very much him. Now, he's not only known for that role, but the thing is, it's up there with the best he's ever done. So Professor X all the way.
Absolutely. Leo.
Oh, I gotta go Professor X. Patrick
Okay.
Stewart, a fantastic actor. Professor X.
He's out. Okay. Moving on. That was a quick one. Number 2 villain up against the number 15 seed. Just happy to be here pick, I think. The hero. We have Hit Girl from Kick-Ass and Loki.
Oh my gosh, that's incredible. Oh man.
I'm just happy she's in this tournament, man.
Oh,
All
gosh,
right.
that's good.
Okay, I think it's my turn. I'm just happy to be here. Happy for Hit Girl. I'm going to go with Loki on this one. James, what do you got?
Yeah, it is Loki. Even though Hit Girl is not a terrible character, I actually really appreciate that part of the movie the most, for the first Kick-Ass at least. Now, when it comes to, you can't vote against Loki. I mean, the dude is incredible. Tom Hiddleston is just like, great. So yeah, go on him.
Oh, this is awesome, though.
Oh! So jelly.
Yeah, let's talk. Let's talk later. No, that's awesome. That's awesome. Okay, anyway, Leo, your turn.
Oh, I gotta go Loki. Look, I haven't seen Kick-Ass in forever, so the memory is a little bit foggy of that movie for me anyway. But yeah, I'm going Loki for sure.
Okay, Ren.
Keeping this short and sweet, Chloe Grace Moretz never showed up in costume at Comic-Con and he yelled out, "Say my name," and everybody did, so Loki.
Good point. Andy.
Yeah, easily Loki as well.
Oh, okay, let's go through the next. We're going to finish up this bracket here. Going up back to the top again. Number 1 seed, Captain America, up against number 8 seed, Harley Quinn.
Oh, I'm sorry, Ren. I'm sorry, Ren. I'm sorry.
Damn.
Okay, James, I think you're starting this one off.
Yeah, for me, it's no doubt. It's going to be always and forever Captain America. I don't know what it is about Chris Evans' performance. I love it. Now, that's not to say Margot Robbie didn't give a good performance. It sucks that I have to vote against her, but it has to be Captain America for me.
Heck yeah, Leo.
I'm going our man with the shield, stars and stripes, Captain America.
All right, we got, to the man who's mad, Ren.
For the record, this should be the final matchup for me, but I'm going to vote Captain America. Margot Robbie is my goddess. She will always be my goddess, but she doesn't have a cinema-defining moment in her films yet.
Yeah. Andy, you got same one? Captain?
Avengers freaking assemble. Cap, baby, all the way. Gosh.
Yeah. Easy move on there. All right, so next up we have number 5, hero Deadpool, up against number 4 villain, Doc Ock from Spider-Man 2.
Oh, this is easy, y'all, for me.
Leo.
Oh no. Look, I love Ryan Reynolds as Deadpool, and like I was saying earlier, he paved the way for rated R superhero movies, but I gotta go Doc Ock, Alfred Molina. I gotta go with him.
All right. Ren.
I'm going to give the slight edge, just like in the previous match, to Ryan Reynolds, again, because it's that character-defining performance that you cannot see anyone else in that role.
All right. That's awesome. Andy.
Oh, yeah. No. Doc Ock, once again. Like, I love the Deadpool movies, but Spider-Man 2 is, like, the nostalgia factor, the portrayal of Spider-Man, and the, and Doc Ock. Doc Ock. Doc Ock, Doc Ock. Doc Ock, Doc Ock. That's what
All right. I'll finish your sentence. Doc Ock. All right, James, who do you have?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, it's Doc Ock, if not only because he was the best part of a Spider-Man movie. Spider-Man's usually the best part of a Spider-Man movie, but Doc Ock was the best part of Spider-Man too.
All right, so Doc Ock will be moving on. Deadpool is out. Goodbye,
James. How dare you say that the best part of Spider-Man 2 is not pizza time?
Pizza time.
You're right.
Dude, we need to stop telling these jokes when Andy's drinking, my God.
Right?
No, y'all are good. It's on me for trying to hydrate. Gosh.
All right, we're moving on to the next one. We have number 3, Tom Holland's Spider-Man, up against Kevin Conroy's Batman.
No.
And we're starting with Ren.
Oh!
Tom Holland's Spider-Man was what we predicted.
Why
would be
starting
the
with
final.
me?
Because you're the next. You're on. Or the ball's rolling. It's you, buddy.
Okay, like Ryan Reynolds with Deadpool, Robert Downey Jr. with Iron Man, Kevin Conroy and Tom Holland to me are both the best versions of the characters they're portraying. However,
Oh no.
One of them is my favorite comic book character of all time, and it's not the one on my shirt, unfortunately. So I'm voting for Batman, Kevin Conroy.
Oh, you made James leave.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
James was like, "I'm good." I'm good.
Mi scusi, James. Mi scusi.
This is Wi-Fi drop. I don't believe that, but okay, fair enough.
All right, so we got Holland here. All right, so Andy, I think you're next.
Shoot. Oh, I hate Mama's Geeky. Holland, but I'm angry. I have to. Damn you, Ren.
What?
Yeah, damn you, Ren. Yep, I have to go Batman. I have to go Conroy. And Spider-Man is one of, if not my favorite hero of all time. He's tied as my favorite hero of all time because Invincible is also tied up there. But yeah, Conroy's Batman is just once again generation defining. Yeah, and he voiced Optimus Prime, so there's that too, right? So yeah, I got Conroy. Damn.
Okay, I'm gonna move on. Oh. Leo, I'm gonna hop on to you because I want to see what you'd say.
You want to go first? Because I'm still thinking. All right. Well, okay. Oh my God, guys. So it's crazy because Ren, you were like, I gotta go between which comic book character is my favorite, and I'm like, for me, it's Spider-Man. So I'm like, oh shit. They both define the character so well. And I love Tom Holland's portrayal of both Peter Parker and Spider-Man. I think he blends both of the roles very well into one character, which is ideally what we want from a Spider-Man actor. But Kevin Conroy, just what he's done for the Batman character throughout his 20 plus years as Batman, 30 years as Batman, just cannot be denied. And Holland, great performance, but he hasn't been Spider-Man as long as Kevin Conroy's been Batman, so I gotta go Kevin Conroy. I want to go Tom Holland so bad, because Spider-Man is my favorite hero, but I have to go Kevin Conroy. I have to.
Agree. Yeah.
He lives.
As a quick aside, my bad. Peter Cullen voiced Optimus Prime, not Kevin Conroy. My bad.
Okay, no. All right. Hopefully, are you still here? Hopefully, his internet's good. He froze again. Okay, he's good. Okay, there we go. I'm gonna go with you said Leo. You said who did you say? Kevin Conroy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, I'm saying Kevin Conroy as well. It's tough.
So breaks my heart to choose that.
Tom Holland, the guy we early predicted could be at the finals. Just the matchups were horrible for him. James, are you still? Can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you guys. So what was the matchup that I missed out on? I'm sorry.
Tom Holland, Spider-Man. Kevin Conroy's Batman.
Wow. Okay. Whoa. Oh my gosh. No, I'm kidding. No, for me, it definitely goes. I know. I'm sorry, guys. I apologize. It's not my fault. I blame AT&T. So, what I will say though is definitely, I'm definitely voting Tom Holland here. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, one Tom
One
Holland.
vote.
Kevin Conroy is moving on. Okay. Our last matchup for this, before we get to the... Anyway, let's go. Professor X, Patrick Stewart, up against Loki. And I think Loki. Okay, I'm gonna go with Loki as well.
Oh shit! I'm going Professor X, Patrick Stewart.
Professor X, okay. James?
Yeah, it's Professor X.
Yes!
Okay, Andy, break this tie. Who's moving on?
What's crazy is I've got a Black Panther shirt on, so people are going to the Wakanda salute, but it is Professor X all the way. Let's freaking go, baby. Got to. Like,
Yes!
Gosh, yeah, got to.
An upset.
Gosh.
I'm sorry, I was reading a comment. What was said? What did he say?
Professor X.
Professor X!
How do I drop somebody from StreamYard? No, that's a tough one. That's a tough one. What? That's the first biggest upset, right? That and that's a big upset.
That Tom Holland.
Yeah, that and Tom Holland. Loki was the number 2 vote getter for villains, but no, he was the 3rd highest vote total for villains, and I think he actually ranked like the 4th, or he finished top 5 for all characters. So Loki's out.
We know
All right,
what's
moving up.
coming.
Let's finish it up. Captain America, Chris Evans, Doc Ock, Spider-Man 2.
Chris Evans, Captain America.
Chris Evans, Cap.
Chris Evans for me too.
Chris Evans.
Okay, that was easy. Okay.
Not really, but yeah.
Yeah.
Right, I was
Not
like,
really.
shit.
Yeah, true. All right, last one of this one before just to see who fights Captain America. This isn't fun anymore. I agree. This gets way too tough. All right, next one. Batman, Kevin Conroy, Professor Patrick Stewart.
Kevin Conroy, Batman.
Kevin Conroy.
Leo.
Not easy for me, but I gotta go Kevin Conroy for the longevity. Yep.
Yeah, Kevin Conroy for me too.
Okay, Kevin Conroy makes it to this one. Who makes the final four out of Kevin Conroy, Batman, and Captain America, Chris Evans?
Listen,
Both are on the same level as character-defining performances and actors, but Kevin Conroy never had a big screen cinema moment that united all fandom.
Do the right
Captain
thing.
America.
Let's go. There we go.
But no, Captain America for me.
I'll drink to that. Captain
Cap.
America.
Going Cap.
yeah, no
Captain
cap.
America will make the final four.
Duh.
Okay. Yeah. So that was that was fun. Okay, let me delete this one real fast. Moving on to this next bracket here. The number one vote getter for heroes up against the number 16 seed for villains. And this one, I cannot vote on this one because I've not seen the TV show. So Christian Bale, Batman, against Mr. Nobody from Doom Patrol.
Oh shit.
I can't vote either. I
can't vote either.
Oh shit. It's between me and Andy.
Let's go. All right.
I'm going Bale Batman.
Wait. Okay, never mind. I was gonna say on three. We'll say ours. Yeah, Bale Batman.
Yep.
Okay,
Although I do like Mr. Nobody in the comics, but yeah, if I'm like, I do like Mr. Nobody in the comics, but yeah, I'm going Bale Batman.
all right. So that was an easy one there. Okay, this one's going to be tough here. Number 9 seed going up against number 8 seed hero Superman Cavill, Michelle Pfeiffer.
Oh,
Catwoman,
no.
Batman
Ooh.
Returns.
This is easy.
Ren.
Masterpiece of Steel, Superman, Henry Cavill,
Oh.
the greatest Superman we've ever had.
Agreed. Honestly, agreed.
Easy.
All right, Andy.
Yeah, no, like with Ren, I actually really enjoy Man of Steel. It's like probably my favorite DCEU movie, and Henry Cavill did a great portrayal of Superman.
All right. My turn. I'm going to go with Catwoman. I'm going Catwoman with Michelle Pfeiffer's performance in Batman Returns. Love that for that her performance, and I love that movie because of
If
her.
it were Halle Berry Catwoman, that would be a different story.
That's what I'm saying too. Just like Deadpool next door, man.
The basketball scene alone.
Okay, so James, who you got?
Oh, I mean, for me, it needs to be Catwoman. No, I'm kidding. Of course not. No, I'm not doing that. So I think it's weird, but when I got out of the theater the first time with Man of Steel, I didn't like that film, and then I rewatched it at home and I liked it. So I don't know how that happened, but it was kind of funny how that worked. But Henry Cavill is a great actor. People say dog on his range, but he has good range, guys. This is what the character called for, a broody superhero. So yeah, he did great. I love me some Henry Cavill here.
Okay, Superman will be moving on, but Leo, who do you have? Who would you?
Man of Steel almost put me to sleep the first time I saw it in theaters, but when I went back and watched it, I did enjoy it. I did have a really good time. The first flight scene is phenomenal.
Oh,
the
heck
music during the first flight scene is just absolutely incredible. And Henry Cavill is a great Superman. Like when I think Superman, he's the first one I jump to. I gotta go Henry Cavill. I do want to go Catwoman, but I'm like, she's up against Henry Cavill, so
Yeah. Okay, we're gonna go through these a little faster now, okay, guys, so we can make sure we get everybody's time. Another group coming at it. We have number 5 villain up against 12 seed group. Guardians of the Galaxy versus Joker.
shit.
Oh, come on, bro.
damn.
I
Guardians.
had so many people voting different Guardians characters, other than Groot not receiving a single vote, but everybody else got votes. So I just said, screw it, we're putting them all in. I'm going to go with the Guardians of the Galaxy. Moving on. All right, Ren, you said the same thing. James, who you got?
This is very hard. if you're going on a solo performance up against one solo member of the Guardians of the Galaxy, sure. But if you're going up against the entire Guardians of the Galaxy, they're some of the best ensemble performances I've seen like ever, honestly. So yeah, Guardians of the Galaxy.
Guardians. Okay, so I think Guardians are moving on, but Leo,
Guardians. Gotta go Guardians, because that's actually a great comment, James. As an ensemble and together, they're like fucking awesome. Like just great. So Guardians.
Yeah, that is true. The only thing anyway, Andy, go ahead.
I mean, once again, MCU did the old same trick. Nobody cared about the Guardians, knew who they were. Even I didn't know who the Guardians of the Galaxy were just because I hadn't read them.
I loved them.
Yeah, watch the movie, loved it. So I'm picking them. But also, Joaquin Phoenix's Joker isn't really a villain to me. Is like the problem is he's just someone who's discarded by society and actually doesn't even incite anything antagonistic. Everything just unfolds from his actions rather than him inciting or having a master plan. So he's not explicitly a villain yet per his movie, but still part of the galaxy.
So that's another big upset. Higher ranked character gets knocked out by a lower seeded character. That's awesome. All right, we're going to move on to another Spider-Man character. We have number 4, Spider-Man, Tobey Maguire, up against Scarecrow from Batman Begins.
Oh, my.
Spider-Man.
Yeah, Spidey.
Yeah, I love me some Scarecrow. Thought Killian Murphy was great. But right. I'm gonna go Spider-Man, Tobey Maguire, pizza time all day, every day. So Tobey Maguire moves on for me. Every day, we're all in agreement on that one.
Definitely.
Okay, so let's move that one on. All right.
Killian Murphy is awesome in A Quiet Place Part 2, though. I'll say that.
Yeah.
Wait, really?
That is him, isn't it, in the trailer?
I forgot.
Yeah.
Shit.
All right, a character that Leo said could make the finals and possibly could win this one. Blade versus Fassbender's Magneto.
Oh, shit.
This is easy.
Go ahead.
Magneto. And this is the best Magneto. I know, unpopular opinion, but Michael Fassbender, for sure, for me.
All right. Andy.
Yeah, Magneto. Fassbender's Magneto. Although I do want to see Mahershala Ali's Blade in the MCU series. But yeah, going Magneto.
Yeah, I think so too. Magneto. I love Wesley Snipes in 2 of those Blade movies.
For real.
James, how about you?
Y'all are gonna be so mad at me. Growing up, I wasn't allowed to watch rated R movies, and I didn't get a chance to watch Blade, so I can't vote. But I would have voted Magneto. However, I can't even say that because I didn't see Blade, so I'm gonna do that this weekend before Ren cuts out my internet again.
Wait a minute,
Leo.
Go ahead, Andy. Adam, did you say there's not a 3rd Blade movie? Is there? There were only 2, right?
I never heard of it.
No.
Heard of it either. But Ryan Reynolds is great in it. No,
that was a Ryan Reynolds movie. It was fantastic.
All right, go ahead, Leo.
First rated R movie was Blade, so I absolutely love Blade 1 as a movie. Like, shit, I love going back to that. HBO Max dropped them, and I was there the day they dropped that Blade movie. But Magneto, Fassbender just brought such a crazy good light to that character. And honestly, Ren, it's hard for me to say, but I agree with you. He's I like him just a little bit more than McKellen.
Mm-hmm. Sounds good. There we go. Okay, so this one might be an interesting matchup here. We have Chris Hemsworth's Thor against Harvey Dent, Aaron Eckhart's version from The Dark Knight.
The God of Thunder.
The God of Thunder. Okay, we got Andy. Who do you got? Harvey Dent.
I'm going.
Go ahead.
Oh my gosh. I am gonna go Thor.
Thor. Okay.
That Thor means everything to me. I gotta go with Thor. Man,
gotta go with Thor as well.
Yeah.
I'm going with Thor as well for me. James?
Yeah, it's got to be Chris Hemsworth's Thor. He's both dramatic, he's funny, he's comical, he's got layers to him. Chris Hemsworth was put on the map, I guess, because of this role worldwide. So yeah, I definitely would go Thor here.
And Leo is the last one.
Yeah, no Dark World, but man, Thor Ragnarok supremacy, y'all. Thor.
There we go.
First Thor supremacy.
That one was weak to me too, but that's a conversation for another day.
Another day. Okay, here we go. This is another one. Guy who was on my thumbnail for this episode. Number 10 seed hero comes to number 7 and this is a TV show villain. Ron Perlman's Hellboy against Kingpin from the Netflix series, Netflix Daredevil. Andy, kick it off.
Man, I love Ron Perlman's Hellboy so much, and I love those comics. But yeah, I got to go with Kingpin. He is such a force of nature in that series. Kingpin all the way.
All right.
I'm going Kingpin too, because Hellboy's story was never allowed to be finished, and Kingpin's was. So,
all right, guys. Shh. You guys are waking the baby. I'm going to go with Hellboy, Ron Perlman on this one. Golden Army, that's one of my favorite sequels of all time. So I think that's
Golden Army is one of.
yes.
Yeah. One of my best. So I'm going Ron Perlman in there. I did not like the new one. That one's garbage. But, Leo, what do you have?
Oh man, I'm going with the guy who was repeatedly slamming somebody's head in the door in the first season of the show. I'm going with Kingpin.
Yeah, you guys aren't wrong, James. But,
yeah, it's got to be Kingpin. That's another one of those character-defining moments where, like, you know him for Kingpin, not for anything else.
Yeah, that's true.
Vanessa.
Okay, last first round matchups for this one. We have the number 2 seed getting the third most villain votes, Killmonger from Black Panther, or Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man.
Killmonger.
Oh, that's a good one.
Oh shit.
Yeah, that's a kind of an interesting matchup there.
Killmonger.
Killmonger.
I say Andrew Garfield Spider-Man. Sorry, guys.
I do not like TASM. Like the Amazing Spider-Man is just.
Thank you.
He was not Peter Parker to me, guys. Like I'm like Peter Parker don't be bullying people. He's like bullying those thugs.
But Leo, that was the first time we ever heard a very comic book equivalent to Spider-Man fighting in certain scenes. Like he was making those quippy jokes. I didn't get that from Tobey Maguire, but I got that from Andrew Garfield.
That is true.
I think Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man went a little too far on that other direction. He makes so much quips and puns, it gets in the way of the job. The way Amazing Spider-Man 2 opens, he's worried more about doing the puns to Rhino instead of saving the people he's running over.
Well, to be fair, you gotta remember that like it's literally. I mean, so in the comics, I know I'm going back to comics. Shang-Chi, who's getting a movie as well. Shang-Chi literally notes as a martial arts master is noting that it's hard to fight Spider-Man because of the fact that he uses quips to distract people. So him making quips, while it seems annoying, is literally a combat tactic to distract villains. So,
yeah, but I don't know. Something about Andrew Garfield's execution was just.
Oh no, I wasn't necessarily saying it was good. I was just saying.
Oh yeah, and I was like, Peter Parker's not a skateboarder. Come on now.
Yeah, his Peter Parker is portrayed as too cool a guy to be Peter Parker.
Right.
He's a 30-year-old high schooler. Let's move on. Okay. All right. Okay, let's go back to the top, guys. Christian Bale's Batman up against Superman's Henry Cavill. Batman versus Superman.
Oh, this is hard.
Uh-oh.
I'm gonna go with some Christian Bale Batman, baby. Because again, I'm not like biggest fan of Man of Steel. But Andy.
Yep, Bale's Batman. There were so many iconic scenes in those movies and so many iconic character interactions. I mean, the freaking Hong Kong scene in Dark Knight. Oh, gosh.
Amazing.
Man.
2 votes for Bale in the Ren.
Yeah, I'm going to be fast, but Bale. I'm the biggest evangelist for Man of Steel, but Bale.
All right. Leo.
Bale.
James.
Yeah, it's got to be Christian Bale all the way here.
There we go, man. Henry Cavill, Superman. All right, next matchup: Guardians of the Galaxy versus Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man.
Toby.
Ooh, okay.
Ren?
Rio.
No, man. I mean, one's an ensemble, one's like Spider-Man. I'm going Toby Spidey.
Okay, yeah, I'm Toby Spider. James. Oh, what the? Did I just actually?
Ren got mad.
No, Ren's right there.
I didn't do anything.
That was
Wait,
Leo.
Oh no, wait. I thought Ren left actually.
Oh,
He
that
didn't
left.
He just popped up. There we go.
No, I wasn't blaming you, Ren. I'm sorry. I just thought you left.
There we go. Guardians love here. Toby, I don't like Guardians 2. I'm not a big Guardians 2 fan. I'm going Toby. I'll vote Toby. Leah, who hasn't voted for this one? Are we all saying Toby? Okay, Andy.
Yeah, as much as I want to say Guardians, yeah, I'm gonna go Toby because I'm a sheep, so I'm gonna follow everyone else. But I'm going Toby just because of nostalgia factor and what he did for the Spider-Man character.
And James.
Toby, because if we don't get Tobey Maguire Spider-Man, we don't get any other Spider-Man on screen.
My man.
There we go. Good
That's
point.
what I'm talking about.
All right, we got Fassbender's Magneto up against the God of Thunder, Thor.
Ironic.
Metal.
Fassbender.
Metal. Metal. Oh, Fassbender. There we go. James.
Yeah, I think I go Michael Fassbender here too.
Okay.
Michael Fassbender.
Okay. Andy.
I'm just gonna play it safe and go Fassbender. He killed it in that role. I thought he did a better job than Peter McKellen. I mean, Ian Mc. Oh gosh, I mean my name. Either way, yeah, I thought he did a better job than the original. So Fassbender.
Fassbender moves on. I'll vote for. Yeah, it's kind of like which ones do you like better? It's just Slither. I'll go Fassbender in this one. All right, Kingpin from Netflix's Daredevil up against Eric Killmonger.
Kingpin.
Fuck.
Ooh.
Kingpin.
Killmonger.
Killmonger.
Oh my god!
It's down to you, Adam.
How do I boot myself from the? My internet dropped. Oh my god!
Do the right thing. Do the right thing, Adam.
Okay, so okay. Let's go. We're gonna go with we'll go Kingpin from Netflix. Kingpin. Moving on to the next round. Okay, we're gonna move on fast. Christian Bale's Batman versus Spider-Man from Tobey Maguire.
Bale. Batman.
No, Toby. I think
Spidey. Toby.
Okay, so that's two Tobys. I'm gonna go with Batman. Pressure's on Andy now.
Let's go. Oh no, I said Batman. I said Bale.
Oh, you said okay.
Shit.
Toby's out. Magneto, Fassbender up against Netflix's Kingpin.
Fassbender.
Fassy.
Kingpin.
That's okay. So I think three to one. So I'm gonna go Fassbender as well. So Fassbender is gone as up two.
There's always a speech, Carl, and no one cares.
Christian Bale versus Michael Fassbender.
Christian Bale.
Bale for sure.
Sorry, guys. We're going to speed this up a little bit. I haven't seen the chat. We're going to go fast now. Okay, so we're going to go on to the next. We have one more bracket real fast. We're just going to make this quick. Thanos versus Teen Titans.
Teen Titans.
Yo, son of a gun.
TT, baby.
Wait. Was there two Teen Titans in there?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm saying Thanos. So then Thanos is moving on.
Shit.
The best villain versus the worst heroes.
This is gonna be
Oh my gosh.
The Titans suck.
No.
Okay, here we go.
Hey.
Yeah, you guys keep Thanos. Everybody's saying that. Okay. We're going to go to the next one. We have Daredevil's Netflix Winter Soldier.
Oh.
Daredevil.
DD.
Daredevil.
No, Sebastian Stan. No.
I'm edging it towards Daredevil, unfortunately. I love Winter Soldier, but they cut my boy's hair. So I can't stand by it.
Daredevil's moving on, guys. Next matchup, we have Vulture versus Shazam.
Oh.
Vulture.
Ooh.
I don't like Shazam.
Vulture.
Ooh.
I'd say Shazam because I liked his portrayal immediately on the first watch. I didn't like Michael Keaton the first time.
No, he was great as Shazam, but Vulture.
Yes, I agree. He was great. I don't like the movie.
Yeah. All right, we have Vulture's moving on for me as well. All right, so we have Lex Luthor's Gene Hackman and Black Panther for Chadwick Boseman, RIP.
I wonder who I'm gonna pick.
This is easy.
Oh, let's go, Andy.
Bozeman.
Black Panther. Let's freaking
Salute
go.
to our king. Salute to our king.
For real. Rest in peace.
That way.
Oh, actually, people had Shazam moving on over Vulture in the chat.
Well, too bad.
Black Panther. Let's go.
Okay, so this is a tough one. We have Jonathan Stewart's Green Lantern up against Tom Hardy's Bane.
Geo, baby, let's go.
This is very easy for me.
People think of Jon Stewart as they don't think of Hal Jordan is the original Green Lantern. You ask people who they think Green Lantern is, they're going to say Jon Stewart.
Hell yeah. Shit, I'm going GL.
I got Jonathan Stewart too. So James, who did you say?
I say Tom Hardy here.
Oh, okay. Well,
Of course.
Hey guys, just wear a mask. Be safe out there. Okay. Okay. All right.
Can I wear this one? I can wear this one.
You can wear that one.
That counts.
Wait. Where did I just accidentally click? Oh wait, no. I put them out of order. That's why I can't. Ra's al Ghul from Batman Begins against Superman from Christopher Reeve's Superman.
Ra's al Ghul,
Soups.
mind your surroundings.
Superman here.
Yeah. Nope. Going Ra's al Ghul, but I'm also a Liam Neeson stan, so.
Fair.
Yeah. I just watched the Donner cut for the first time last week. I'm gonna go with Christopher Reeve. Yes, that moved it up for me.
So with that 3-2.
That's 3 for Reeves, yeah.
That 3 for Reeve, yeah. All right, we're gonna move on here. Let's go. Scarlet Witch up against Mark Hamill's Joker.
Oh shit.
Oh shoot.
Hamill's
So
Joker.
is this like Kevin Conroy, or is just all the of Hamill?
This one wasn't really specified what people were voting for.
Hamill's Joker then.
Hamill.
Yeah, I think it's Hamill. There we go. So that's easy. Oh, let me get this off the screen first. There we go. And then we're going to go to our last matchup, guys, of this thing. We're going to go with Wolverine versus Black Mask.
Wolverine.
Thanks for showing up. Blow you a kiss there. But
I did like Ewan McGregor's. He was like one of the best parts of that movie for me. It was so creepy.
All right. Okay, here we go. Let's quickly go through this one. We have number 1 seed Thanos up against Daredevil from Netflix.
Oh, Thanos.
Fuck.
Daredevil. Got
I
it.
say Daredevil, yeah.
Yes.
This is not perfectly balanced as all things should be.
Oh shit.
Now, someone has to make an image of Daredevil yelling to Thanos, "I beat you now."
Wow. Okay,
Matt fucking Murdoch, baby.
Let's go.
I'm going to call. Oh, wow. I got to call my lawyer now. All right. Okay. We have a Vulture up against Black Panther.
BP.
Black Panther.
Yeah, Black Panther for
Black
sure.
Panther. Okay, wow. I was the number 1 seed. The guy who got the second most point totals out of everybody on the list got out. Thanos is out. That's crazy. What a knockout.
I don't get it.
Okay. Bane, Tom Hardy's version up against Christopher Reeve's version of Superman.
Bane.
Bane for sure. Yeah, I say Bane.
That movie, I'm not a big Dark Knight Returns or Dark Knight Rises fan.
How dare you? How dare you, the slander? It's not possible.
Reeves Superman. Dude was critical in cementing that role cinematically. So Reeves Superman.
But so was I in the destruction of Gotham.
My God. Okay, so Bane does move on. We got Mark Hamill's Joker up against the Wolverine.
Yeah.
Mark Hamill.
Wolverine. I'm going Wolverine.
I went with Joker.
Logan, man, that's all I need. Logan.
Oh shit.
Logan's overrated, but yeah.
What?
Sorry, but I still go Wolverine.
Logan the best.
Okay, wait. Well, I'm gonna go with Joker. It's on Andy now.
Guys, Wolverine.
Yes!
But it hurts.
Okay.
So damn.
Wow, Joker is out. All right, we got.
Sorry.
Okay, let's see who makes the final 4 here. Yeah, Mama's geeky crap. Joker. Okay. Daredevil on Netflix up against the King, Black Panther.
Black Panther.
Daredevil.
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 I'll say.
Did James just go out again?
No, I'm still here. I just wanted to see if I was curious. I was waiting.
I would vote Black Panther, but unfortunately, due to real life, his story will not be able to finish, so I'm voting Daredevil.
No, I would say Black Panther because of what he did for a character that was known, but instead of sparking just like a revolutionary movement with the comic book genre, that subgenre, he sparked a revolution for cinema as a whole. So, Black Panther.
Yeah.
Good call.
BP.
Yeah. So I think there's 3-2, right, on this one. Daredevil was the one. And he said Daredevil, right? Or did you say Black Panther?
I said Daredevil. I feel
Daredevil
like
and Ren said Daredevil. Okay, so I said okay. Daredevil moves on. We have Tom Hardy's Bane up against Wolverine. I'm going to go
Wolverine.
Wolverine.
Also, yeah, James, I think you got a great point there about what Black Panther did, but I feel like Daredevil kind of did that for like superhero TV shows.
Good point.
Yeah,
especially for the streaming genre.
Absolutely.
That's a good point.
Okay, let's see who goes next. Daredevil's Netflix versus Wolverine.
Wolverine.
20 years
Wolverine.
making movies.
Wolverine's moving on. Can't argue with that.
This is
There's a
hard.
good run from the number 8 seed, making her way up against number 2 seed? Yeah.
This is hard.
All right, so here's the top final 4 guys. Number 1 seed, Heath Ledger's Joker,
No.
up against, let's see what, number 1 seed actually,
Don't do this.
Captain America.
Oh my God! Oh my God, man! What the hell? I gotta go Cap, man. Mjolnir, baby. Mjolnir.
We're good people. We're good people.
Cap, baby.
I'm going Cap, man.
I gotta go Cap too.
And Captain America makes the final. Heath Ledger's Joker is out of there.
Shit.
Oh my goodness, this is weird. A lot of the number 1 seeds made the final 4. So we have number 1 seed Christian Bale,
No.
Batman,
No.
up against number 2 seed Wolverine.
Oh,
Wolverine, baby. I gotta go Hugh Jackman.
Hugh Jackman for the legacy alone.
Yes.
Christian Bale.
Hugh Jackman, because we already see and love other actors playing Batman. There's only one Wolverine.
Yes.
Oh, my boy.
That's a good
And
point.
Christian Bale is my Batman. So
going-
Christopher Nolan is my favorite director, but
I'm
Wolverine.
going Wolverine because he can still be the best part of a bad X-Men movie.
Apocalypse.
Apocalypse
I didn't
is
say
good.
anything.
How dare you?
I didn't say anything.
And X3.
Great
So-
job there, Ren. Yeah, damn, man.
Here we go. The finals is here, guys. Sorry we rushed through that last part, but we love to talk about these characters. Okay, this is funny. This is heroes versus villains. However, the finals is 2 heroes going against each other.
No,
Captain America, number 1 seed, up against the number 2 seed, Wolverine.
Oh my God, dude. How can really? I'm going Wolverine, baby. I'm going Wolverine.
Captain America.
I gotta go Wolverine, man.
James, you
The
first.
first
Don't be a
Avenger,
coward.
baby.
So what is the vote total at now, guys? Just before I make my vote.
One.
Oh,
so
one
far,
Wolverine,
2
1
for
Captain
Cap.
America. Oh, 2 for Cap.
No, I voted Cap. Yeah.
That Ren's voting for Cap, and Leo voted for Wolverine.
Okay, so this is hard because Hugh Jackman's a huge part of my childhood. This is also hard because Chris Evans, for me, cemented that role in a way that I don't think anyone else ever could. However, I'm just kidding. It's Captain America for me.
Oh, Captain America. Andy, what would you have picked?
I would have picked Captain America.
Oh my God.
That hurt so bad. No, my bad. I would have picked Wolverine.
Oh, okay.
No,
Yeah,
that
homie.
Cap still wins.
And your winner,
Found it. Yeah.
Captain America.
Let's go.
Dun, 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 dun.
Hell yes, guys. Sorry, this rushed the last little bit, but we have time commitments, so we got to get the heck out of here. So we're going to end this really quick. Next month, guys, I'm doing this for sure because this was a lot of fun. We are for sure doing Star Wars heroes versus villains. If you guys would love to be a part, send you guys this list over to me. Bye, Leo, how to bounce. But anyway, yeah, send those over to me as soon as possible if you guys want to at least have your voices heard for the voting for your characters. Anyway, all the links to everybody's channels is in the show notes down below. Make sure you like, share, and just subscribe to Almost Sideways for more movie conversations, and subscribe to these guys. This was really fun. We got to do this again.
For sure.
So, all right.
For sure.
I'll let you guys bounce, but I really do appreciate it, guys. Thank you so much for being
Thanks,
part
Adam.
Thanks, Adam.
of it. We'll see you guys later, guys. Bye.
Bye.
Woo!